Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. Going to find us over here on my iPad and share with our groups. If we are, there we are. We are officially live. So we're going to send that out. All right, VIP and team. Okay, we are out there. Hello, hello. Say hello once you're joined so I know who's hanging out with us. We're live here on Facebook as well as on YouTube, so we are in all the places. Just a quick reminder, we are in the February subscription period for our paper pumpkin. So if you're interested in paper pumpkin, you have until February 10th to get in on the February kit. That will be a Hello Spring, which I think we're all ready to start thinking spring. I don't know where you are watching from. Feel free to tell me where you are. But here in central New York, we are having a miserable winter. Snow has fallen in feet, and now we are in sub-zero weather. It is brutally cold. Hence, wearing my blanket just to stay warm. Got the wood stove blazing downstairs because burr. Anywho, today we are featuring our Terrific Toadstool stamp set and bundle. It's a punch bundle. Gotta love punch bundles. Oh, hey, Carol. Glad you could join me from Connecticut. How are the temperatures down there? Are they as cold as they are here in New York? Because we are frigid. So anyway, so paper pumpkin, like I said, you have until the 10th to get in on the February kit. Tonight we are featuring the Terrific Toadstool, which is really quite adorable. That is in our mini catalog. But there's a bonus in celebration because we are in our celebration period. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow too tonight and then change over to freezing rain, which is not amusing at all. So supposedly the temperatures are going to come up to cause the snow and the rain and all that stuff. But it has a long way to go to get to that point, though, because we are really quite cold. Anyway, it is celebration, which is the most wonderful time of year with our Stampin' Up company. With every $60 in purchases, you do get to choose an item from our celebration brochure, which I had it right here, but it must be gotten buried. There's plenty of product to choose from, one of which is this really cute Toadstool Garden Designer Series paper pack. So we are using this with our Terrific Toadstools. Really cute DSP. It's a 6x6 pack. Lots of vibrant colors in there. Fun patterns. I've only touched the surface of this paper. I really haven't really dove right in yet. Just today was playing with it, and oh my gosh, just too cute. That's all I can say. So for the cards we're making tonight, and as I was saying, it is a punch bundle. And what I love about punch bundles is two things. First, they're less expensive than your dies bundles. Two, they're quick. You don't have to have your big shot or your big boss or your baby boss. Your paper, your punch, your stamp, you're ready to go. Quick and easy. And we know I'm all about quick and easy. Life sometimes just does not allow time for getting crafty unless you're doing quick projects. And I'm going to show you tonight's projects are just that. They are quick, they're easy, and you can make one of these cards in no time, no matter how busy you are. You can get crafty. All right, so the cards we're making tonight, we have this cutie. You open it up, and you have Popping Up to say hi. We even did a little toadstool in the inside there. Second card here is You Are Magical. And again, got a little crafty on the inside there. And then we even have a quick and easy fun fold. This is the box fold. It stands up and it's just really adorable. And again, it's a fun fold. It's got a little bit of a power to it. However, it's quick and simple, so no worries. You're going to be able to put this together in no time at all. And it folds flat to fit into a standard envelope, so you can easily mail this out as well. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to put these aside. We're going to start with our first card. This one's a really quick and simple one. As they all are quick and simple, be honest. We have a Melon Bombo card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to get my bone folder. We're going to go ahead and fold on that score line and burnish that score line with our bone folder. Then I have a piece of basic white. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside of our card. And then I have 2 squares here. I have a basic black square, 3 inches square. And I have a piece of designer series paper, also 3 inches square. And then I took the liberty to move this video along pretty good to go ahead and did my embossing ahead of time. But I'm using this here Starstruck embossing folder. This is part of the celebration offering. Again, free with a $60 purchase. And we have a piece of pumpkin pie that is 2 inches by 5.5, already embossed. So you see that fun starburst. Let's see if we can't. There we go. That's the pattern from the starburst embossing folder. All right, so we're going to start with our inside piece. This is our basic white. And we're going to go ahead and do our sentiment, which is popping up to say hi, and our little toadstool that's down here in the corner. So we're going to start with that. We need our sentiment popping up to say hi, and we need our little toadstool cap and the little stem. All right, so for that, we need our Memento black ink to do our sentiment. And you know what? I'm going to bring in my piercing mat, and that will make sure we have a nice cushion underneath our stamping. Because when you're using photopolymer, you do want to make sure you have a little bit of cushion. Because unlike red rubber, your photopolymer don't have a natural cushion. Oh, hey, sis. So glad you could join. Ooh. There we go. That looks better. All right. So we're going to get that nice and straight. And we're going to pop it up to say hi. So we'll go ahead, clean that off. Cover that up. All right. Get warmed up. Okay. So now I want to take my little stem here, and I want to pull in my gray granite. So we have our gray granite. Oop. Throwing my stamps around. We're going to ink that up. And we're just going to stamp that down here on the bottom. And close that up and bring in our Melon Mambo. We got our little toadstool cap here. Link that up nicely. And that goes right on top like so. Now we can go ahead and grab our adhesive. I'm using Seal Plus. Of course, you use whatever is your favorite adhesive. And we're going to go ahead and that like so. Now the inside of our card is complete. Now we can move into the outside. So we're going to take our 2" by 5.5" piece of pumpkin pie that we've already embossed, and we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive. And because this is embossed, we do want to make sure we're careful with our adhesive because this can tear our paper if we're too quick. Sometimes it is easier to use liquid. But I did not bring my liquid adhesive over here, so we're just gonna be cautious. All right, so now we put down that piece of pumpkin pie. This is a really bright and cheery card. Now I have here my 3" square black, basic black. Again, going to add my adhesive. And I like to use my points in the edge of this paper, my pumpkin pie, to get things lined up. And it is okay if this goes off the edge a smidge. I'm going to put that down because we're just going to take your snips. And you can just snip that flush to the edge like so. So there you have that. And now we're going to take our designer series paper. This is also 3" square. And that's going to layer like so. See, coming together very quickly. All right, next I have some scraps, and I literally grabbed scraps off my desktop where I was working to do these mushrooms. Okay, so I have my mushroom caps, and these are for literally for my stems. Okay, so we're going to start with, we have this one and this one. So we'll start with our melon mambo because I already have that one going on here. And one thing, the way this punch is, it's easiest to stamp your mushroom caps, toadstool caps, whatever you want to call them. Oop, it's very noisy. Upside down. Oh, let's bring our cushion in. All right, so upside down it goes. Next, stuck my fingers right in there. We have pumpkin pie. I need to get a new pumpkin pie. I had to pull my old pumpkin pie stamp pad out because the newer one, can't really call it new, I've had it for quite a long time, is looking pretty haggard. Oh, hey, Sherry. So glad you could join us. We're making toadstools, and they're so stinking cute. All right, so here's mushroom cap number 2. Oh, no worries. We're just really getting started, so you really haven't missed too much. It'll be an easy catch up on replay. Okay, so now we have our Terrific Toadstool Builder Punch here. And the quick thing to know about this, you will not get a white border. The punch is just a smidge smaller than the stamp. So no white border on these ones when you punch them out. And now we're going to do the melon mambo. That in the... All right. Now, set those aside. We're going to bring in our scraps. And I need this stem and this stem. And again, we're going back to our trusty gray granite. And we're going to ink this one up. Now, there is a stem that can be punched out in our builder punch. However, it does not coordinate with the stamped image. So we'll be fussy cutting. And I know that's a dirty word in my vocabulary because you know how much I love not to fussy cut. However, these aren't too bad because the shape is pretty simple. So that up. Yeah, that should be fine. Looks good. Go ahead. Then we need our snips. And we're going to go ahead and fussy cut our little stems out. I appreciate everybody's patience with me last week, taking last week off. Hubby and I had a really nice weekend and we just spent some time together. We went shopping. I ended up with a new winter coat, which I did really need. A new purse, some new clothes. I don't know. He was in a mood and I wasn't missing it. So we went with it and we had a really nice time. We hit the mall out in Watertown, the Salmon Run Mall, which we haven't been out there in, God, had to be over 30 years since we were at that mall. And it was actually quite nice because most of the malls in this area have pretty much deteriorated to maybe a few stores here and there and nothing too exciting, where this mall was really had a lot of stores that were actually in business. Hit some great sales too. My winter coat was 50% off. Let's see, my purse was 40% off. And heck, we went to Label Shopper and I got a couple of, I spent $10 on 2 tops. So it was $5 a piece. I was like, couldn't have done that if I was trying. Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry. Okay. Got our mushrooms all cut. Now we need dimensionals. Always got to have dimensionals. I need the big dimensionals. Excuse me. And minis. Do I have my minis here? I do. Okay. We're going to start. And goodness gracious, we need a mini for the little stem here. And that's going to go right down there. And of course, we need a glue dot. Mini glue dots are our friend. So we can just attach that like so. Peel our backings off. Again, a couple of dimensionals. We want a dimensional on the back here as well. And a glue dot. We did catch some good sales. I was like shocked. It was exciting. Okay. Next, I have here some Sunny Day iridescent dots. And we are going to add some of these to our pretty little card. We got here the pumpkin pie. And one of these bigger melon mambo. And that completes card number 1. Again, quick and easy. And oh, so adorable. Okay. So we're going to set those aside. We are now moving into our second card here. Again, just a really quick, cute card. Even did the inside. So we are going to start with a thick, basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We will fold on that score line. Get that pressed out using our bone folder, like so. Then, using our So Swirly embossing folder, this is one of the great big embossing folders that's in our annual catalog. Went ahead and embossed that. Check out all those swirls. I thought that was like the perfect look for our little shrooms here. So we are going to go ahead and pop this up on some dimensionals and then add it to our card base. So we need our dimensionals here. I'm going to add. Whoop. I did have Tucker here next to me. He must have decided to go downstairs and watch the race with Dad. Yes, it's racing season again. Always something. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and add this to our card base like so. Then using the Spotlight on Nature dies, this one here in particular, I did die cut my circle out of some crumb cake. So there's our crumb cake circle. I have a piece of designer series paper to punch part of our shroom out of. And then I have a scrap for our other mushroom parts and pieces. And then for my sentiment, I have a scrap 1/2 inch wide piece of basic white. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to poke all these little extra pieces out of here because they didn't all come out when we ran this through. Okay, I think we got them all. Okay, so now this is going to get added on with some dimensionals. Thanks, sis. I'm glad you like them. They're so cute. I love the mushrooms. Okay, there we go. So that's just going to go on like so. All right, we can go ahead and punch out our little mushroom here. There we go. Get rid of those pieces. And it goes back in our pile. All right, and then this one here, we need our time I'm using peach pie. Which is one of our in colors for the 2024-2020, so 2024-2026 in color collection. So we're going to go ahead, stamp our little mushroom cap. Again, using our gray granite, I'm going to stamp my 2 stems again. Well, let's try that again. There, that's much better. All right, before we do our other one, let's punch out our mushroom. So there's our mushroom. And now I can go ahead and stamp our other, there it is. Ugh, if I could hang on to things would be helpful, right? Okay. There we go. close that up. And we're going to fussy cut these out. So if I can fussy cut these out twice, you know they're easy shapes to cut because I do not fussy cut if I can help it. But these really were not bad. There we go. There's stem number 1. And now our second stem. And this goes together very much like the other one. We're just going to use glue dots, dimensionals. There's our second stem. All right. So those go there. Bring our card back. And we do their dimensionals. We need to and this one is going to get dimensional there. And we need a glue dot. Let's try putting the glue dot on the correct side of the stem. That goes right there like so. Peel our backings off. This is going to tuck right there. This gets a dimensional. And have our little, oh, they're there. Our little baby dimensionals here. These are very handy for these little ones, like so. All right, let's set that. Glue dots. And it's gonna go like so. All right, next we got our scrap piece of basic white here. And we want, where is, oops, here it is. The magic. You are magical. And we're going to stamp that in Granny Apple Green. So let's bring back our cushion. Because again, cushions make everything better when we're using photopolymer. All right, so we're going to ink that up. You are magical. All right, let's see if I can't get close enough to see what I'm doing here. Not bad, not bad at all. We're going to go with it. All right, snips. And we're just going to cut it off at an angle. That goes back into the scrap pile because we use those all the time for sentiments, just like that. All right. We need those. Dimensionals. And then that just comes off there like so. And then we're going to take these 2024, 2026 in color resin dots. Another little. And then we're going to go on the inside. We have our little ladybug. It's like a little silhouette of a ladybug. So we're going to ink that up. So he's get that up so you can see what we're doing here. Little ladybug. And then down there, we need our little mushroom caps and our little three. All right, we need 3 stem here. Ink that up. And that's just going to go here. And then using our Melon Mambo. Ink up those little mushroom caps. And they line right up with those stems. Like so. And that now completes our card. So that's 2 cards done. All right, so now we can go ahead, put these away. And we are going to do our little box card, which is our fun fold for the night. And you're going to see how quick and simple a fun fold can be. So again, it folds flat. It fits in a standard envelope. So there's no extra charge or cost when you're sending out these fun little cards, but they stand up so they'll sit right on someone's mantle or their countertop, end table, wherever they want to keep their cards. They can do it and it'll stand. and not fall over. All right, so for this card, I actually have all the measurements right here. So if you'd like to screenshot these measurements, be my guest. I'm gonna set them right there. And I don't know, I would try to bring it in closer, but I'm afraid my phone is not behaving, that something would happen, but you could probably blow it up after you screenshot it. But we start with a Melon Mambo card base. This measures 9 inches, 9 3/8 of an inch long by 4 1/4. So you're still going to be able to get 2 cards out of, well, you're still going to need an extra piece though if you're cutting it to do 2. Or you can get 1 out of 1 sheet. But it's 9 3/8 by 4 1/4. And you're going to score it at 3/8, 1 3/8, 2 7/8, and 3 7/8. So now we're going to take our bone folder and we are going to fold on all of those score lines. Okay, so there's the start. Then we have a second piece of Melon Mambo. This is 5 1/8 by 3 1/2, and you're scoring it at 3/8, and again at 1 3/8. So again, fold on those score lines and burnish with your bone folder. Okay. And we have all of our layering pieces. I have Granny Apple Green. This is 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. Then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is that same mushroom paper. This measures 3 1/4 by 3. I think that's the one. Yeah, this is. And then I have another piece that is 3 3/4 by 4 of the Granny Apple. And then the Designer Series paper is 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. So that's that piece there. And that's going to layer with this. I have a piece of scrap early espresso for our mushroom stems. I went ahead and cut out this circle from Melon Mambo, and that is again using the Spotlight on Nature dies. And then I punched out this circle using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I also have a piece of Granny Apple Green that's 1 1/4 by 4 with a layering piece of Designer Series paper that is 1 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to move this out of the way for now. And we're just going to start kind of putting things together. So we're going to start with the main piece here. I'm going to go ahead and add, where did I put it actually? I know I have it here. The question is, where did I put it? Up here. We need tear tape. Because this is an interactive card and it is going to take a lot of, folding and pulling, and as people are looking at it and reading it and looking at it, we want a good, strong adhesive. So on this little 3/8 of an inch tab, we're going to add tear tape. Same thing on this little tab here. Tear tape. And also at the bottom inside of this piece, we're going to have some tear tape. Oop. There we go. All right. Next, let's go ahead and do our layers here. So we're going to add adhesive to our designer paper here. And then this is going to layer onto this piece here. And you want 3 equal borders. There we go. That looks pretty good. And this layer here gets this one. So we're going to go ahead, add adhesive. Get out of there, mister. You're caught. Okay. So next, we are going to burnish our tape down. We're going to remove that backing here. Get up here and lay down, mister, before you get yourself in more trouble. And that just lays down like so. So then it folds up like that. Makes your little initial box. All right. So now these 2 pieces are going to layer. Good boy. So we know this is going this way, this goes this way, that goes that way. You want to make sure your mushrooms are going in the correct direction. All right, so now we're going to go ahead . And now we can put that tape down. All right, there we go. Okay. And that fits like so. So there's your card. All right, next. I've got my Melon Mambo. That goes there. For now, we're going to find, here we go, a little land stamp. And we're going to do Granny Apple. Bring back our so I'm going to ink up our little hillside here. There's our hillside. Okay. Next, we're going to take a blending brush and we're going to use our Balmy Blue. And we're just going to bring in some blue, like so. And then, so we don't get blue on everything, we're just going to wipe down our okay. So now we want our little scrap here. And I want this mushroom cap. And we are going to stamp one in Melon Mambo and one in Pumpkin Pie. So we're going to start with our Melon Mambo. And again, for the purpose of our punch, we're going to stamp upside down just to make life simple. There's our Melon Mambo mushroom cap. And we want, keep that because we need that to do in pumpkin pie. But we're going to set that aside for just a minute while we have the Melon Mambo open. We're going to get the stamp that says, just a little thank you. We're going to ink that up in Melon Mambo. And it looks good. We're just going to put that right to the right of this circle. Just a little thank you. Now we can close up the Melon Mambo. We are done with that. Bring this back. We need our pumpkin pie. And stamp that. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and punch out our mushroom caps. There we are. And then got my scrap early espresso. We're just going to sneak that in there. There's 1 and 2. Bring back our card. We're going to go ahead and add this to our Melon Mambo circle. We need dimensionals. Well, thank you, Sherry. I'm glad you like them. All right, so this is going to go on the center, like so. And we're going to go ahead and add adhesive to our pumpkin pie mushroom cap, like so. And glue dots. Roll that one a little bit. And then that's this one gets a dimensional. Actually, I need this dimensional to be more over here on this bump. There we go. Because that's going to hang off. And then we want glue dot. And then where's those little tiny, there they are. We need a little dimensional. And actually, I think even a piece of it. We don't even need the whole mini, just a little bit. There we go. Peel off that backing. And that is going to attach right there. And that finishes our fun fold. All right, what do you think? Well, thank you, sis. I thought they were adorable. I think the mushrooms are too cute. Quick, simple, and maybe not quick doing all 3 cards in one sitting, but they are quick individual cards you could do in a short amount of time. So if you're pressed for time, as I always am, these are quick cards that you could put together and still pack a wow. Like that. Again, maybe not doing all 3 of them at the same time, like we just did, but individually, very quick, very simple. So, quick recap. Got your box card. And then we have our 2 very quick layouts. Easy, minimal supplies, and just fun. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy day to come hang out. I appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. I wish you an even wonderful weekend or remainder of your weekend here. Sunday's just about over, but an even better week ahead. Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.